guys. I hope you are doing well and whenever you see this and tune in wherever you are in the world. So glad to have you join me here, whether it's your first time or you're returning. All right, so this is going to be a general reading for both Sagittarius and for Capricorn for August 2024. So I do want to check, make sure that our sound is okay on the video before moving forward, especially because I've already been feeling the Mercury retrograde for a week or two now, and we just want to make sure we're good. All right. Okay, so looks like we are, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue forward. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a Bones and Charms reading for both Sagittarius and for Capricorn. So after the live is done, I will be providing timestamps for some of the people who may just want Sagittarius or who just want Capricorn. All right. So I want to go ahead and get started here. And we're going to start with a sound bell to kind of just clear the energy, for me to connect back with my spiritual team and guides to make sure that I am delivering the messages to you guys as clearly as possible and all that good stuff. Okay, so if it's loud for a few moments, you can feel free to turn it down if you're sensitive to sound. And yeah, so this is going to be for Sagittarius for August 2024. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and put this over here for a little while and see what we have coming up for Sagittarius, since we're starting first with Sag. So when I shake this bowl with the Bones and Charms in it, it may be a little bit loud, but it's not going to be forever, so just bear with me, okay? All right, but this is the way that I can shuffle the Bones and Charms, so to speak, instead just like there were cards or something, okay? All right, so thank you for your patience, guys. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius. For fire sign Sagittarius. I also just forgot, we got to put our mat down real quickly. I had it in there from earlier when I was doing personals. Okay. Spirits, guide my hands. Once again, messages for Sagittarius, fire sign Sagittarius for August 2024. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius, fire sign Sagittarius for August 2024 for their highest good. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. All right, let's do a little bit more. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius for August 2024 for the highest good. What does Sagittarius need to see, need to know? Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Sagittarius. For Sagittarius for August 2024. Spirits, guide my Messages for Sagittarius. For Sagittarius for August 2024. Spirit, guide my hand. Guide my hand for Sagittarius for August 2024. Messages for Sagittarius for August of 2024. All right. Let's see what we have here for you guys. Oops, didn't mean to do that. For the new people, or people who haven't been here in a while, I will be flipping over the charms, the ones that aren't too gathered together first. So once I take the camera down, which I will, and we'll be bringing it really close and holding it up here so you can see all the different pieces more up close, easier for you. Then I will also take a picture, which I will upload later to my Facebook page for people who want to see it again, maybe. Or if they're watching this live later, they can pull up the picture while they're watching the live to see the overall view of all the different sections, okay? So again, first I'm just going to flip over a couple of the charms that I can without, messing up, what they're around, okay? Or messing up the other pieces. And the ones that I can't flip over as we go through the reading, then I will obviously flip them over so you guys can see them more clearly. Okay, just move that over a little bit. So basically, whatever bones and charms fall outside of the black mat and on the white cloth, that is stuff from the past, whatever the past is for you or for the other person, multiple people, general environment, situation. But when it's within those dotted lines in the different sections, I'm still going to, of course, read it that way. All right, so the different sections that we have is we have the spiritual unconscious, we have body and mental health, we have work and money, and then we have relationships and love, okay? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and before I take the camera down, hover my hands over and actually see where Spirit wants me to start the reading, because for each reading it's going to be different, okay? So just bear with me and give me a few seconds, guys. Okay, Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Where would you like me to start this Sagittarius reading? Okay. So it's like right under my palm here. It'll just be like right there in the relationships and love section. And it's kind of right where the spider and the spider web is, and the horseshoe and the ladybug inside the horseshoe, okay? So we're just gonna remember that as we take the camera down and get closer. And I hope you guys like my new crown. I had to put it on for a little bit. But I might take it off if it starts to give me a headache. But yeah, let's see. And once the camera stops moving, it generally will focus. So let me just move my chair a little bit here as well. All right. So as you guys can kind of see here, Sagittarius, or whoever's watching this reading, you don't just have to be a sun sign Sagittarius, right? We all have Sagittarius somewhere within our birth chart. We're more than just our sun sign, of course, and all that good stuff. But yeah, this time Sagittarius, the majority of your bones and charms is kind of spread throughout the reading. I would say the majority of them, are between relationships and love over here, and also body and mental health. But they're really kind of like all over this time. But it feels like majority is over here as well, okay? But anyway, like I said, actually let me take a picture before I forget, and then we'll get started right over here where Spirit was telling me to start. So just give me a second, and I will turn this background music down too in case it's too loud. Okay, so let's see. No, go back. Come on. I'm trying to do this with one hand. I should have done it before. Okay. Alright, let's see. Did I get that okay? Check my camera here. No, I kind of cut something off. Let's do it again. Okay, I can always crop out the unnecessaries later. Alright, so that looks good. So, yeah, let's start there, Sagittarius. And at the end of the Bones and Charms reading, I am going to be picking you guys a little oracle card from this new deck I got. This is, what is it called? Between the World, Shadow Casting with Bone and Curio Oracle cards. So it's pretty cool. It does have some of the bones and charms and curios that I have, but of course I don't have all of them because everybody, you know, feels called to make their kits differently. But I just thought that would be a cool little additional thing that we'll do at the end. Okay. All right. I feel like the music is still too loud. Let me see. Music. Go down. All right. Let's see here. So Sagittarius, like I said, we're gonna start right about here in the relationships and love section, and you can see where the sections kind of divide if you see that those dotted lines there. Okay. And the energy was kind of drawn to right around here, Sagittarius, so that is where we will start. Okay. But basically when we talk about the relationships and love section, it is not just like love, romantic love, it's all types of love. So it's platonic love, self-love, and romantic love. So it's all the different types of relationships that you have with other people and of course with yourself. Okay, so take it how it may resonate for you, of course, since this is a general reading meant for multiple people. But first thing here, Sagittarius, right? If you can kind of see in the different sections, like the spiritual unconscious section has a cross in it. The body and mental health you can't see right now, but has a person meditating in it. And the work and money you can't see, but there's a money symbol. So for relationships and love, of course, we have the heart that's on the mat, okay? So where the energy was drawing me to was actually like part of the heart area as well. So with it showing me here, Sagittarius, for the month of August 2024, or even beyond, since time is fluid and relative, since all the readings that I do are timeless. But here, when we talk about the spider and the spider web, it's really about our environment and the vibrations within our environment, okay? And with it also having the horseshoe here and the ladybug inside of it, it's like there's could be a lot of good luck here during this month for you, Sagittarius, in terms of your relationships environment with the spider and the spider web. There could also be here, Sagittarius, with the elephant over here. This is my charm symbol that represents memories, that there could be some type of memories that are, you know, bringing you even more good luck here, Sagittarius, throughout the month and throughout, you know, your, let's say, emotional, or yeah, it could be emotional, but also your, I was going to say your relationship environment. But relationships, of course, can be emotional, right? Good or bad. But here it really seems like there's some kind of good luck attached to a memory or a group of memories. But also on the other hand, because the elephant is slightly sitting on top of the scissors, it could be that you need to cut away some memories here, Sagittarius, or a memory if it's not more than one, okay? It will be different for everybody. But cutting away either a memory or group of memories could actually bring in even more good luck in your relationships environment throughout the month. And so I do see a lot of feminine energy here as well with the seashell. Okay, this is my listening seashell. So if we flipped it over and let's say we pretend that it's a larger seashell and we put it up to our ear, we could hear the ocean, right? So all the seashells in the kit represent feminine energy, but this one in particular can be more of that listening kind of feminine energy. So it could be here, Sagittarius, that you are listening for something in your relationship environment or someone else's, and how to bring that good luck in, or make it multiply if there's already a little bit there. Now, where we see a skull in the reading can tell me where someone's mind is at. I have two different skulls in this kit. So I got one over there in work and money, and it's facing the other way, so it might be hard to see, but you know, that is a skull, okay? And then the other one here is right on the line between relationships and love and the body and mental health over there, okay? So this could be showing us here, Sagittarius, that your mind could be on a lot of different areas throughout the month of August. It could be on your overall health or someone else's. It could be on your relationships, and it could also be in work and money. Okay, but I do like that. You know, it almost looks like this big white bone here. This is the raccoon penis bone. It represents masculine energy. Okay, and we all have masculine and feminine inside of us, but you've got feminine energy with the seashell we just talked about, and then masculine energy over here. And it's like one is on each side of this skull that we're talking about here. So it could be that you're also thinking about how to balance, you know, let's say the masculine and feminine energy within your relationships with yourself and others. Okay. And I do think that there is something underneath the spider and the spider web. So I'm going to go ahead and move the seashell and the spider web over here and kind of just see, or lift it up a little bit and see what's under there. Okay. So if you guys can see that, we do have the honeybee there, one of the honeybees. Okay. So I'm going to try to put it back as gently as I can, but that's why I don't flip over all the bones and charms in the beginning, because they're all so close together that I don't want to mess up their placements. But with that bumblebee being under there, the bumblebee can represent teamwork, and or also it can represent our individual power in something. Okay, so it's like there's a lot of teamwork and individual power themes. Baby. Okay, I didn't mean to say that. Basically, but maybe it has something to do with the baby. But basically, this is like, you know, kind of echoing and reverberating throughout your relationships, okay, with the spider and the spider web. So if you think of spider webs, right, if there's a fly in the spider web or anything that gets in the spider web, it's so sensitive, the web, right, that it the vibrations are like felt, okay, like really clearly. Okay, so I feel like you or someone else here, Sagittarius, multiple people, general environment situation, is again listening to how teamwork and our individual power can bring in more luck in our relationships, can also maybe help with cutting away any memories or memory that is no longer useful, or it could just also have something to do with cutting away in particular. Sorry, I'm like moving the cloth a little bit there. Yeah, that's better. It could have some type of memory in particular that could have something to do with a mentor or a teacher, a spiritual guide, or a mentor, a teacher, a spiritual guide, or your own leadership qualities or someone's leadership qualities is helping you cut away one of these memories or multiple memories here as well. Okay, so it definitely speaks of like a lot of clearing energy. Excuse me, get some water here. So you know, I also see, you know, we've got a leaf over here, so that's another charm in particular that talks about clearing. Okay, but definitely the scissors can be a clearing and a literal cutting away of something here. Okay, now if we go this way before we go over to the leaf, because the safety pin is on top of the cloud and the safety pin is touching the top of the spider web. Okay, and it's also touching the symbol for you, Sagittarius, which is hard to see here with all these bones and charms, but there is the bow and arrow here. Okay, so it's almost like here, Sagittarius, that if there was some type of confusion with the clouds in a relationship or multiple relationships, um, there is going to be more safety coming in and almost clearing away those clouds. Okay, so I really like to see the safety pin on top of the clouds here, and I don't know if I've seen that combination in quite some time, so that's really cool to see. All right, now this could have something to do with another Sagittarius. Or Sagittarius season of this year, of last year, of next year, or just the general characteristics of Sagittarius, right? If we're not talking about other zodiac energies, but just really about like focusing on a goal or a target and pulling back that arrow and, striving to hit it, okay? I also see that whatever these relationship goals are, since it is again in your relationship section, romantic relationships, platonic relationships, self-love, all the above, there's a beautiful peaceful energy with the peace doves here, like half on top of the bow and arrow Sagittarius energy, and then the other half is in your body and mental health, which we'll talk about later. But it's like, yeah, how can we make our relationship goals have a more of a peaceful energy to it? And that peaceful energy, that calming energy, I also feels like goes back and forth between the safety pin, and it's like the more peaceful, our relationship goals can be with ourselves and others, then maybe this helps clear away any confusion from the past, helps clear away the clouds, and helps bring in more of like a safe energy in our relationships with ourselves and others. Okay. Um, so I definitely like to see that here, Sagittarius. So then the other thing that we have right next to that, right, is the fork. Okay, and so the fork is a little bit in the next section, but it's mostly in relationship section. Okay, so again, if you see those dotted lines in the background, if you follow it, you can see that like the little top of the fork at this, the handle of the fork is in body and mental health, but the majority of it here is in relationships, and then it's landing on top of I believe, well, can't see. Yep, it looks like the freedom cuffs, okay? Because I was like, wait, I think it says freedom. Yep. So it's right on the line there, okay, between relationships and work and money, which we'll talk about later, okay? But it's like when we see the fork in the reading, and depending on where it lands and which section, it can tell us, basically, or ask of us, like, what am I feeding myself about what my relationship goals are with myself and others, and how can I have more freedom in what I am digesting in terms of my relationship with myself and others, okay? Um, so that's really cool, but it's also like we've got the lucky rabbit's foot, right? One of the biggest things like here in my kit, and it's green and it's bright, right? So that's sitting also on top of the freedom handcuffs, okay? So I feel like, when you get into this energy, Sagittarius, or someone else does, multiple people, general environment situation, of being open to, really asking yourself like how we digest our relationship dynamics, this is going to bring, even more good luck. Okay. And we started again the reading off right here was where the energy from my hands from spirit was telling me to start the reading, and that was your horseshoe and the ladybug inside of the horseshoe. So it's like good luck, and then also good luck over here because it's still in within that dotted line. Okay. So that's really cool to see as well. Who doesn't want good luck in their relationships, right? Um, Now, I see here Sagittarius throughout the month of August as well. We have one of the human teeth bones here, and then we have two of the coyote claws. Wait, let me make sure. Yes. No. This one is the coyote penis, I'm sorry, and this one is the coyote claw. Okay, let me turn that commercial down because I just have ambient music in the background for the dogs. hopefully, so they be quiet. And sometimes when it gets too quiet for me, then it's just like weird because I'm used to a lot of noise and commotion from animals or people or whatever. So when we see in again, like when we had your raccoon penis bone here, and then we have the coyote penis bone, it's both, they're both representative of masculine energy. And as a stereotype, right, masculine energy um, is more like a aggressive energy that would manifest in the 3D physical world. It can also manifest in other areas, but in particular, because we're talking about relationships and love, we're not in like the spiritual unconscious quadrant yet. That I would say is definitely more about in the 3D physical world. Okay, so with that extra kind of masculine energy here, it's like more of an aggressive type of, goal oriented, aggressive action, right? And following like what we want to manifest again in our relationships with ourselves and others. So because it was very close to the human teeth bone here, and then with the coyote claw on the other side, it's like that is, manifesting, really striving for, like, you or someone else here, Sagittarius, has been thinking about this or digesting this or marinating it on it for a long time, because like with our teeth, right, they're in our mouth, so that's the chewing over and digesting kind of symbol there. Okay, but I really feel with the claw going that way and touching, or I don't know if it was exactly touching at this point, it might have moved, but even if it wasn't touching, it was very close to touching, manifesting and wanting to, bring about these different relationships, and how to maybe bring in more of this kind of masculine energy within them. Okay, all right. Now, as we go back down this way, Sagittarius, we can see the word relationship slash love there, right? So over here, we got the baby. Okay, we have one of the animal claws underneath the baby. We've got the leaf. We've got another seashell, but it's a seashell charm, not a physical seashell like the other one. And then we have another coyote penis bone over here. Okay, so that would be technically, and we've got one here, raccoon penis bone. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 different masculine energies, okay, all in the relationships and love area. And just a little bit of feminine energy over here with that seashell. So yeah, it's like heavy, like goal oriented, aggressive, manifestation within the 3D physical world showing up here. All right. And I also see that, this is really, around something to do that, around something that you've been wishing for a long time here, Sagittarius, or someone else has, or multiple people, general environment, situation, whatever you can come to this reading for, around this like clearing, and this beautiful clearing with the leaf, right? So the dead leaves fall, so we can make so we can make new room for the fresh leaves. So it's like a clearing energy around possibly something we've been wishing for a long time in our relationships. Now, it could have something to do with clearing away, inner child work, okay, for some. If it's not inner child work, it could actually be clearing away, like a childhood naivete, is what I'm hearing as well, like in our relationships with ourselves and others. Because usually I don't see like clearing charms or bones along with the baby. So it really does feel like it could be a clearing away of this like immaturity in the relationships areas in our life in some way here. But take it again how it may resonate for you. And if it's not about like inner child work, or because I don't know why you would be clearing away inner child work. You would be, well, I guess you clear other things to work on your inner child. I don't know, it could go a couple different ways, but if it's not those two things, the third thing it could also be is dealing with actual children in the 3D physical world, whether they're your children or someone else's. But it's like, you know, I don't know, Sagittarius. I'm also like kind of hearing and sensing something else with the child like resting on the raccoon penis bone there, like near its head almost, okay? Um, it makes me think of like strong holding, what is it? Strong arm holding somebody's inner child is what I'm hearing for some people, but not everybody. Because since you have all that masculine energy and just a tiny bit of feminine energy, and we also had, remember, the elephant and cutting away memories, or a memory if it's just one, it could have something to do with something from our childhood or with actual children, or a childlike innocence or childlike energy. But it, I don't know. It's deep here, Sagittarius. Like, I don't think it's gonna just be like straightforward for everybody this time. Um, for this, section or part of your whole reading here. But I would definitely say that this is really interesting because again, it feels deeper too with this other seashell here, because it's like, again, something that you or someone else has been thinking about and wanting and wishing for a long time. Now, this could also have something to do with, you know, like a lack of a support system, because it's really close to um, the snake vertebrae over here, but it's not touching it, okay? And it is technically not in this section, but because it's so close, it's like, yeah, the snake vertebrae, it's a piece of our back, or the snake's back, right? So it represents our support systems, our friends, family, lover, everything, right? All those things. So I don't know. It's deep. I feel like we have to go throughout the rest of the reading and then maybe come back to this point to know like exactly what this baby is here, with all of this. Um, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I would never get like worried, or I don't want to freak people out, okay? It's because it is, knowledge is power, right? And so this is the energy as of right now. Things are always in flux and of course can change. But yeah, I want to come back to this part a little bit later and see if we can get, if we pull all the way back out again, some more insight into the other areas, and then maybe this will like make a little bit more sense, okay? Um, but yeah, since we basically were talking about, in the beginning of the reading, we kind of started over here, and we talked about a couple of things here that were already like on the line as well. So I want to continue and move into the body and mental health area. And yeah, so let's see here. So let me try to find the best angle, and it'll focus in a second once I stop moving. There we go. Okay, so like I said, where the skull is can tell us where someone's mind is at, or will be at, okay, in a reading. And here again, we have the other raccoon penis bone masculine energy here. And so it could be that you or someone else is taking like a more proactive, aggressive approach in your body and mental health during the month of August. Or it could just be, again, because you have feminine energy with the seashell on one side and then the raccoon penis bone on the other. It's like balancing. You could be thinking about, or someone else, well, people, general environment, situation, etc., could be thinking about how to balance between the masculine and feminine energy that we all have inside us, and how to do that the best way possible for your body and mental health, okay? I also see with the butterfly here, a huge transformation in this area for you, Sagittarius, throughout the month of August. It could have started before, or it's just starting in August and then goes even longer past August, perhaps. But there's a beautiful, peaceful energy, a peaceful transformation. Because remember, we had the peace doves over here. Hopefully, you can see it in a second once it focuses a little better. Okay. But yeah, it's like a peaceful transformation with the body and mental health. It doesn't feel like it's not peaceful. Okay. Now, there's a lot of good luck for this transformation here as well, Sagittarius, because here we have the 4-leaf clover, okay, showing up. So that is, of course, another good luck symbol, okay? And I definitely like to, see that for you as well, okay? Now, this four leaf clover is sitting on top of the ship charm, okay? So it could be talking about like good luck in terms of, let's say, traveling in your body, right? Traveling in your mental, right? Or it could be actual physical travel, but maybe you're having better mental health and better physical health in your body so you can travel. If it's not travel, it could also just be basically talking about healing. Okay, so if you think of ships in the water, water is very healing. Okay, or it could be also saying in a basic level here, Sagittarius, that if you drink more water, you're going to have better body and mental health, as like a really easy way to kind of look at it. And that's true for everybody. So, of course, right? But I feel like whatever this good luck is with the ship and the 4-leaf clover, it brings a lot of balancing energy here for you, Sagittarius. Literally, we have the justice balance scale, so Libra energy showing up here. So, excuse me, there could be a Libra person that you're dealing with that is helping you in these areas, or it could have something to do with Libra season of this year, last year, or even next year, right? Or if it's nothing to do with the zodiac sign or what that is, it could also just be the general characteristics of Libra. So that would be, okay, equal give and take, balance, right, and justice, like we said. So I want to lift that up though, because there's definitely another charm underneath it. I think it's the Capricorn symbol, but let's double check. Yes, it is. Okay. So I'm going to flip it over so you can see it a little better. It's my symbol for Capricorn. Some people are going to be like, that ain't a goat, but for me it is. Okay. So it could be, our effort. Okay. When we talk about Capricorn energy, if it's not an actual Capricorn, or where you have Capricorn in your chart or Capricorn season, it could be the general characteristics of Capricorn, right? So the goat going up the mountain, and it's this hardworking earth Capricorn energy. So it could be the amount of effort here, Sagittarius, that you or someone else is putting into your body and mental health, and how you can have maybe even just a balance between those two, right? And just like how it's written on the mat, even though the body part is hiding behind this buckeye here, we can see the mental obviously on this side. Okay. So I definitely, like that as well. It could also talk about, I don't remember now what the astrology notes are for August, but I have that in another video, or you can look it up online as well. But if there's any placements going on this month, for Capricorn and Libra, for everybody, then it could also have like a double meaning there as well. But I don't know that off the top of my head. So, we'll just keep going here. But it's really interesting too, Sagittarius, because when we get to the lion over here, it's like I just realized, you had Sagittarius symbol in your relationships and love section, okay? Then over here, it's rare to see them all together like that, but it was like Capricorn energy, Libra energy, and now we have Leo energy, okay? So same thing I said about the other signs. You could be dealing with an actual Leo, or where you have Leo in your chart may give you more insight, or it could be during Leo season. Or if it's not any of those things, it could just be the general characteristics of Leo, right? So passion, creativity, fire sign energy, all right? And strength, of course, if we think of in terms of the tarot, right? But I like that the lion is next to the balance scales Libra energy, right? Because it could be like, you know, this is going on here for you, Sagittarius. Like, the more balanced you are in your body and mental health, or the more balanced in your efforts in those areas to bring more healing, the more strong you're going to be. And I feel like that strength energy is also going to bring in beautiful new ideas with the lightning bolt here. Lightning bolt is on top of, or the actually it's the other way around. The corn is on top of the lightning bolt. So it's like new ideas coming in that are really of substance. They're like really not just light and fluffy new ideas, okay? And these new ideas could give you insight in your general health, like to have better body and mental health, okay? So that's really cool. Now, if we go back this way here, Sagittarius, the Libra balance scales are also touching this cup here. Okay, so the cup represents our emotions, and the cup is leaning against Pegasus, the winged horse. We've got the leaf, I'm sorry, not the leaf, the feather underneath Pegasus, and then we have the star, okay, underneath Pegasus as well. So here, Sagittarius, I would say that if there is, some emotions that need to be balanced regarding how we can keep clearing in our body and mental health areas, or how we can, find more freedom around clearing in those areas, and how that's going to help us like follow our North Star even more, okay? But I forgot to flip this over, right? I said this was the Buckeye, but it's nice to actually see the eye part, and that's why they call it Buckeye, right? There's all this abundance, okay, throughout the month here for you because it fell in body and mental health. Okay, so abundance in having better health in both of those areas, because I do see that maybe still currently going on, or in the recent past, maybe there was some questions here with the question mark about something to do with your health or someone else's, multiple people, general environment, situation, okay? But I am not too worried about that because of all the other stuff that we just talked about, okay? But all of this abundance that could be showing up as well here for you, Sagittarius, it could have something to do with your family or within a family. And what is family? It's going to be different for everybody. It doesn't have to be your blood related family, it could be your tribe, right? Or if it's not necessarily your blood family, it could be something to do with being a parent, because the seahorse also represents family and being a parent and talking about parents. Or perhaps there's a parent here that is helping you get some answers here with the key, okay? Or it could also be because we have the witch up here. This is my symbol for a friend or friendly like energy. It could be that there's a friend that helps give you some answers regarding something to do with your family or being a parent, or something to do with the parent and how that relates to your body and mental health, okay? So that could be, something to do with your DNA if we're talking about blood family, or something as far as genetics or inherited, conditions or diseases, or, whatever, right? But nothing to be scared of. Just kind of saying how that might like show up for some people. And knowledge is power, right? So the more we know, the better that we can prepare and move forward and that kind of stuff. Now, as we go this way here, Sagittarius, this is really cute. We've got Cupid on top right here on the line between spiritual unconscious and body and mental health, and it's on top of the angel coin. Okay, so Cupid represents all types of love, not just romantic love, but platonic love and self-love. So there's some kind of beautiful love here coming in, and it could also be love from your angels, your spirit guides, ancestors, all the things, that really wants to help you with your body and mental health goals. I also see here Sagittarius. This is the Saturn symbol, so go ahead and flip it over. Forgot to do that earlier. And it was really close but not touching the turtle there. So Saturn is father time energy. It's getting serious, getting organized, disciplined about the body and mental health stuff. It could be that, this, started, to, how do I say it? It started not necessarily in the past, Sagittarius, but this Saturn energy maybe helped you slow down. And this is actually a positive thing in terms of your body and mental health here with the turtle. Okay? Because if we think of Saturn, it's also Capricorn energy, and you had Capricorn symbol over here, right? And Saturn, Capricorn energy is earth energy, and it moves slower. So it kind of makes sense too, like why it would be close to the turtle, like needing to really slow down here, Sagittarius. Okay. Now with the fish here and the dragonfly, it's like how, you know, can we bring in more prosperity and abundance in our body and mental health dreams? Like what is our like ideal body in terms of like how healthy it is, or even if it's a superficial thing and it's about what the body looks like, that's okay too, right? Everyone is different, and there's no right or wrong. Or if it's also like how do we bring in more abundance in our mental health area as well. Okay. So I really feel that this is both of these sections that we've done already, the relationships and love and the body and mental health, both have a lot of good luck going on in there, and it feels like really good energy so far. Okay, now as we pull all the way back again for a second here, Sagittarius, I just kind of want to talk about for a second the things going on here in the center. And then I think next we're going to spiritual unconscious, because that's kind of, we already talked about some of the things that were like falling on the line there between those two. But here in the center, I don't know if you can see the little circle on the mat where all the lines, dotted lines, are intersecting. But whatever falls in the center affects all the different areas, okay, throughout the month. So we already said that, and let me get closer so you can see, hopefully, that the Sagittarius symbol, okay, is also in the center. Then we have the peace doves is in the center. Okay, then I can see that the crown is underneath the no coin in the center. And then we've got the fork, and then we also have part of the freedom handcuffs, okay? So the butterfly wasn't in there. I think I knocked it a little bit. I think it was more like that. I think when I moved the seashell over here, that moved. But maybe it was. I don't know. I don't want to say per se. But, I have to look back at the picture. Maybe that'll help me before I started touching things. But basically here, Sagittarius, and all these different areas throughout the month of August, there really feels like there's this peaceful energy, that comes in, that is helping you think a lot about different areas in your life, and how your thinking maybe is changing or needs to change. Okay, here with the fork, because that's about what we're digesting. Okay, what are we mentally digesting? Okay, we just talked about mental health. What are we physically digesting in our body? We just talked about body health. What are we digesting in terms of our relationships and love? Right? What are we digesting in terms of work and money over here? What are we digesting in our spiritual unconscious? All the different things with the fork there. Now with, and I don't, well, maybe I can move it over so you can see that there is the crown. Okay, so the crown is, it's our confidence, okay, for some, and or in addition to that, it also can be like a symbol for someone in a position of authority. Okay, so we could be working on our confidence here throughout the month. or we could be working something to do with like wanting more leadership qualities or working with someone that is higher above us in some way. It doesn't have to just be at work, right? But someone that is in a higher level than us, all right? Now, also here with the no coin being in that center circle as well, and I just knocked it over just a slight bit. Um, it's like the no, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to see that, right? But sometimes no is good. Sometimes it's us saying no to someone else or saying no to a thing, right? Even though it's upside down, it's still an angel. And even though it looks scary, it's still an angel. So you got the other angel coin here that's all light and fluffy, like our traditional image of an angel. But here, this is also still an angel, okay? So there's could be, there's, let me slow down and say this right. Um, there could be a theme throughout the month that has something to do with saying no to someone or to something. If it's not you, it could be the other way around. But because again um, the crown is underneath it, it could be more about like saying no to a position of authority, or saying no to a promotion, or saying no to a person that is has those things above us, right? So it's like you wouldn't necessarily say no to your boss, right? But maybe you do, or I don't know if that's just an example, okay? And like I said, we'll know more as we go throughout the reading, but I just kind of wanted to talk briefly about like what was in the center here, Sagittarius. Okay, let's pull back out again here and see what we have going on in your spiritual unconscious section for this month as well. All right. So, first thing, if we pull all the way back out, is we have a couple things that went outside the black mat, but they're still in this section. Okay. And so, this is energy from the past, whatever the past is. It could be a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. Here we have another human teeth bone. Here we have excuse me, the charm letter message document, and then we have the snake rib bone. Okay, so it looks like here, Sagittarius, in the spiritual unconscious section and past energy there could have been, and also, yeah, the wish charm. Let's see, let me follow the dotted line. Well, no, I guess it isn't there. Okay, I just wanted to double check. Um, I'm like, all right, let's not look at that yet. In the past here, Sagittarius, there could have been some type of letter message document that either you were going to give to someone, or someone was going to give to you, or maybe they did give it to you already, or you gave it to them. But there could have been a lot of stress around that in the past, okay? Or if there wasn't stress, then there was definitely like just a need to breathe more around that message. Now, if it's not from a person or from you, it could have been from your spiritual team, your ancestors, guardian angels, the universe, whatever you want to call it, right? But this past energy was something that you were thinking a lot about here, and chewing and digesting and going over it with the human teeth bone out there as well. Flip over this little seashell here for a second so we can see it a little more clearly. Okay, that's the conch seashell. But yeah, Sagittarius, it feels like, whatever this message was, whether it was positive or negative in terms of your spiritual unconscious section that we're in, it could have been a catalyst to then kind of move forward and see this feminine, soft, receiving energy here with your nutmeg. Okay, so nutmeg is similar to the buckeye that you had over there because it represents abundance. Okay, so bringing in the types of things that make us more spiritually and unconsciously happy. And so I feel that that soft feminine energy makes that easier to do in terms of our spiritual unconscious areas in our life. Um, Now, here, Sagittarius, I also see that with this alligator claw right here and the bicycle kind of half underneath it, that this can talk about like astral travel, okay, since we're talking about spiritual unconscious, or it can be actual physical travel in the 3D physical world, or it could have something to do with modes of transportation, our cars, our bicycles, our scooters, whatever. But it also just represents movement, okay? So I want to make sure there's nothing else under it. No, there isn't. Okay, so yeah, it's like striving for some type of movement, something to do with travel, possibly. It doesn't have to be, or our modes of transportation in terms of our spiritual unconscious goals. So it almost feels like the alligator claw looks like it's more reaching for the shell and for the nutmeg, but it's also, still had the bicycle kind of half underneath it already as well. Okay. So it's like there's going to be, more movement in these areas from this feminine soft receiving energy, or because of that then there is more movement, or it can be like this started it and then it moved here, or this started it and then moved there, or maybe it's both, right? But I feel that there is definitely a lot of love supporting this, and this can be spiritual love, because remember what we had right on the line is Cupid and your angel coin. Okay, here's Sagittarius. Let me turn that stupid commercial down. And so it's like this love from your spiritual team is here supporting you with your spiritual goals, with your unconscious goals. And what is our unconscious, right? It's like what we truly deeply wish for, that maybe we don't even know about on a conscious level when we're awake, but when we're unconscious and we're asleep, then we know. Okay, so this could also have something to do here, Sagittarius. Again, another symbol for feminine energy besides the seashell, the actual feminine charm. So it's like, again, soft receiving energy can open up also like these areas with the hummingbird here, Sagittarius, where we are doing what we're naturally good at when we're unconscious, when we're sleeping, right? So let's say we're having a dream about, riding a horse, and we're like really good at it in the dream, and we are like a professional horse rider, or whatever you call it. But then it's like, how do we then manifest that when we're not asleep, if that's maybe something that we want to try to do? But whatever it is, it's like what we're naturally good at, because the hummingbird naturally flies backwards, and so other people may judge it, other birds may judge it and say, why is he flying backwards, he, she, they flying backwards, that's not how you do it. But it's like, actually they're really smart, they get the sweetest nectar, and they're the fastest bird, even though they're doing it in a non-traditional way. So it's almost like this feminine soft receiving energy is supporting possibly something to do with something that's like non-traditional, but again, it's something that you're unconsciously good at, it's something that you're spiritually good at. And I feel that this is gonna have a lot of not only protection here for you, Sagittarius, because we got the Norse symbol for protection here, but with the honeybee here as well, the second honeybee, it's like it's making us stronger in our natural abilities, what we're naturally good at. It's making us also, better when we're within a team, like a spiritual team, like we're working better with our angels, we're working better with our spirit guides, we're working better with the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay? Because, we don't necessarily want the stagnant energy, we don't want the lock, right? We want more abundance. Okay, so here with the third human teeth bone here, you could be thinking a lot about how to bring more abundance, something of value. It's not money when it doesn't fall in the money section. It's bringing something of value or something of abundance in our spiritual unconscious, more of what we want and our happiness over here with the sun. Okay. Now I am seeing here too, I didn't see it before, but this no coin, remember how I said it falls within the center of everything in that, in the center circle. Over here on this side, I see the part of the lizard is here. So the lizard represents healing. So if you cut off the lizard's tail for certain lizards, then it grows back. So it's a rebirth, healing energy. So it's like when we again tap into what we're naturally unconsciously good at and work on, making ourselves more spiritually empowered, this makes us more abundant and brings us closer to our happiness, but it also brings in a deep healing. So if there was something that you had to say no to, or someone else did, or multiple people general environment situation with a no coin here, it's 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 a good no, right? Because it has that lizard underneath the healing. I just want to pull it out so you can believe me that it's a lizard, okay? So I'll flip it over and put it back in there if I can. Without messing everything up. Anyway, that's kind of how it was. See, it's like once you take one thing out, then it messes up the other stuff. But I like that Sagittarius. Okay, I like that the lizard was underneath there, and I didn't see it right away. Okay. Now if we go back over this way, okay, on the other side of the Norse symbol for protection here, okay, we've have the yin yang, we've got the strawberry, we have the masculine energy charm, and then we have the ship anchor charm, okay, that's half on the line. So here, Sagittarius, it's like there could now be a masculine energy that's going to help you with some type of balancing in terms of your freedom and safety in your spiritual unconscious realms in your life. So when I say a masculine, it doesn't have to be a man. We're not talking about gender. We all have masculine and feminine energies, but some type of masculine energy here with the ship anchor. We drop our anchor when we need to stop and we lift it when we need to go. So it's like freedom and safety in finding balance around some type of spiritual unconscious details. Okay. So I like that again for you, Sagittarius. So now we're going to talk about, let's pull all the way back out for a second here. Your work and money section, the last part of your reading or section here. Okay, so your other skull, just flip it this way so you can see it more clearly. Well, maybe now I gotta go like that, but there's the other skull, right? So where the skull is in the reading can tell you where someone's mind is at or where their mind may be going to later at some point. But I have two in my kit. We talked about the first one was over here. Now the second one is here. All right, so I'm going to turn it back on its side the way it was. Okay, but yeah, this freedom and safety with the ship anchor was right kind of half underneath the skull. So yeah, thinking here, you Sagittarius are thinking a lot about how you can have more freedom and sense of security in your work and money areas in your life. Okay, and if you don't work anymore, you don't necessarily have to worry about money, which would be nice, right? It could just be you're thinking a lot about where you can be more valued in your life or where you can value others in your life. Okay. But there is like knowledge that is really close to that with the book Charm, like right behind it. And I feel like whatever this knowledge is in the work or money or being valued area, there's a lot of protection on that knowledge, okay? Or maybe the knowledge is literally protected. So it's like occult knowledge or like knowledge that not everybody has about something to do with work or money or being valued in some way here. Now I believe the Pisces symbol is underneath. See, yes, and the rope. Oh, okay. I didn't know that there was two things under there. So Pisces symbol, the two twin fish, okay? Um, with it being right on the line there, Sagittarius, and underneath the Norse symbol for protection. It could have something to do with a Pisces or Pisces season or Pisces characteristics, right? Of going with the flow, water energy, Pluto energy, creativity, creative energy. But it's something that like maybe starts more in the spiritual unconscious area and builds over time with the rope, right? Being the wheel of fortune, or the wheel turns again, or the change of seasons, or right, that's basically the symbol for time. So it's like over time. Here, Sagittarius, there's almost like, sorry if you heard my stomach growl, um, that there's a more healing energy with the Pisces symbol there. It's like not going against the tide or the water, but going with the flow, is going to bring even more protection in terms of your work and money, and around maybe getting some type of knowledge that not everybody else has. But it's like it's good. I don't know how to say it there, Sagittarius, but it feels good. Okay. Now, if we go back out this way, Sagittarius, for a moment, again, stuff that falls outside of the black mat, and still in those dotted lines, is energy from the past. So there could have been some type of emotional wish here, okay, because we got the water charm and the wish charm, an emotional wish from the past about something with work or with money or being valued in some way, that was like then a catalyst for what we've already talked about here and what else is in this section as well. This emotional wish could have also had something to do with a lot of, challenges either within the home or with the home, or where we feel like at home, okay? Because you've got the mountain charm here, you've got the puzzle piece, and then you have the chair. So the chair is a symbol for home, the mountain puzzle piece is a symbol for challenges. Um, I'm sorry, the mountain the mountain charm is the symbol for challenges, and the puzzle piece is a symbol for some type of piece to the puzzle, okay? So again, there could have been some type of emotional wish around maybe solving some challenges within the home or with the home, or the feeling of home, or like how can I feel more at home at work or with my money, or being valued in some way, okay? Um, if we go this way here, Sagittarius, I want to see what else is under. We haven't lifted up the no coin yet. Okay, and maybe we did, but I don't think we did. Okay, so no, we didn't. So there I can see, well, we knew a little bit that the crown was there, but I didn't know that the frog is there. Okay, so the frog is about a leap of faith. Okay, the crown is about a position of authority or confidence or leadership qualities, right? So it could be that this month, Sagittarius, in some way, for some of you guys, no, you're going to have to say no to some type of leap of faith, or because you say no to some, well, no, yeah, because you say no to, let's say, a position of authority with the crown there, then you get the leap of faith in another area in terms of work and money or being valued in some way. But whatever this leap of faith is, and sometimes when we see the no coin too, it can just be not no forever, but just no for right now. Whatever this no is, Sagittarius, it does bring in more freedom. Remember, because you have the freedom cuffs there, and it brings in good luck too, because the bat is under there, and it brings in more teamwork qualities or communications about working as a team, okay, in work and in money, or it brings in, after we say no to some type of leadership qualities, or say no to someone in a position of authority at work, perhaps, or with the money or being valued, then we get more freedom and more good luck in some type of a team atmosphere at work or with the money. Okay. But I really feel that if we pull back out here, Sagittarius, like your good luck, lucky rabbit's foot, the majority of it is in your work and money. Okay, only like a small piece, if I follow the line there, was in your relationships and love. It was just like a little tiny piece there, right? Most of it is all over here. So don't forget that, okay? So you could definitely have, good areas, not good areas, but yeah, you could have good luck in your work and money area, um, during August. I also see that with this seashell here, there's a feminine energy, a soft receiving energy that maybe is helping with this good luck throughout the month. And it could be something that you've longed for a long time, or someone else has with the mermaid charm over here. um, I really, really like this Sagittarius up here because you've got the coffin. Okay, I know it's hard to see because it's black on black, but you've got the coffin here, and then over here you have the skeleton hand. So both of these are charms for me that represent, um, passed on loved ones, friends, family, your spirit team, your ancestors, guardian angels, right? But they're like really wanting to help you in these areas. In particular with work and money. Not that they don't want to help you with your other areas too, but when they're so close to each other, they're like almost touching. Okay. So it could even be that like those within your spiritual team are like working together as a team to help you too. So that's really cool because sometimes they don't all get along, right? Not all spirits get along. But they also want to help you with this clearing energy. Okay, because remember, if we lift up the lucky rabbit's foot, is the broom fell right on top of the skeleton hand. Okay, so your spiritual team wants to help you clear something, at work, or clear something with the money. Okay, to get you more of what you want in those areas and help bring in all that good luck. So that's beautiful, Sagittarius. Now, also don't forget this, you have the turkey wishbone here. If I turn it that way, you can see it a little better. Okay, so what fell inside of it was your dog ankle bone over here. So it's like wishing for more flexibility with work, in the work, with the money. Okay, but it's also that your lucky rabbit's foot is like a little bit. It was like kind of like that. Like part of it was in the turkey wishbone. I don't know how much, but part of it definitely was in there. Okay, so it's like you're getting something that you've wished for a long time here, Sagittarius, in the work and money sections. And it could just be something as simple as, even though it doesn't sound simple, as having more flexibility in work or with the money, because that's not always easy, right? But it's so beautiful here. Okay, now remember too here, Sagittarius, that you did have the snake vertebrae, okay, was in your section here. So it's the vertebrae represents our support system, like when we say we got your back, right? So your friends, family, romantic partner, whatever it is, okay, they are like showing up and wanting to help you with this good luck as well. Okay, I don't know if it was actually touching the lucky rabbit's foot, or if it was, I think it was like very close but not touching, if I can remember clearly. um, but it's still showing up here. So it could also be saying here, Sagittarius, for some of you guys, that there's going to be more support at work, or with the money or the financials, or it's going to, if it's not money or financials, it could be like you're going to get more support with just feeling valued, excuse me, in general here. Um, And I also feel here, Sagittarius, with part of this raccoon penis bone, more masculine energy here as well. You have masculine and feminine, right? Oh, you had double feminine, didn't you? No, that was the other one. Okay. That was the spiritual unconscious. Sorry. It's been a long day, guys. But anyway, you've got definitely, um, some masculine energy coming in here and wanting to help you. And when we think of masculine energy as a stereotype, not talking about gender, but just energy, they're more aggressive in the 3D physical world. So perhaps this masculine energy that is showing up here, it could have started, in the past in some way and then came into the current future probabilities, possibilities area to help you be more proactive or more aggressive at work or with the work or with the money and the financials as well. Okay. All right. Let's pull all the way back here for a second because I still kind of want to think about possibly like what this baby that we talked about in the beginning in the relationships and love section could be, because it had a lot of clearing energy around it, and it had double masculine energy on both sides. Um, with everything that we're seeing here so far, Sagittarius, I feel like it could just be like the masculine energy doesn't have to be super aggressive, right? Like if we think about masculine energy and being aggressive, um, one of the stereotypes would be, again, not necessarily talk about gender, but like I would just think of like an adult energy that's like really aggressive. But maybe it's a more playful masculine energy here, in terms of like work or and money and finances are being valued. Okay. Maybe it's a more playful masculine energy. And in the relationship section with the baby, all relationships, romantic, platonic, self love, all the things. Um, it could also just be a more playful masculine energy, um, that that maybe needs to be cleared away in the relationships and love, and then a masculine energy comes in. Again, it's gonna be different for everybody, but it's like maybe you need a more playful masculine energy in work and money, but maybe you need a more mature masculine energy in terms of your relationships. Okay, that's kind of the way that I'm seeing it. But again, take it the way that it may resonate for you, since it is a general reading. All right, but I'm going to put the camera down for a second because we do, Spirit wants us to pull your oracle card too, before we switch over to the Capricorn energy. All right, so let me just put this down for a second here. All right, thank you so much, guys, for your patience and all the things. All right, and forgive the sound for a second while I shuffle these cards. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius for August 2024. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Sagittarius for August 2024. Maybe one more. And spirits guide my hands for fire sign Sagittarius for August 2024. One card only, please. Okay, let's see. I've got the little book here. So, Sagittarius, you got the sundial shell, and it was in the reverse position. Let me double check they want it that way. Spirits, do you want the sundial shell card in the reverse position here for Sagittarius? Yes? Okay, so they do want it reversed. All right. And heads up, not all reversals are bad. So let's see what it says. I'm not going to read everything. I will take a picture of all the pages in the book if people want to read it later. I'll post it on the Facebook page. All right. But basically, it says that the sundial shell represents home and neighborhood. Okay, interesting. It says, as a message, as a message, you need to feel safe for a place to become a home. Okay, very good. Yes. All right. And let's see what else it says here. For the reverse position, it says there may be friction or strife or even physical repairs that need tending to in your home. Look at your savings and ensure you are fixing things before they become nightmarishly expensive. Your personal home life may not be going well and may be negatively affecting your sleep or your current state of well being, causing anxiety. If you feel vulnerable, take steps to ensure you have a personal space. Take steps to ensure you have a personal space, yes, and everything in your space is conducive to relaxing and feeling grounded. You may need to move to a new location if neighbors are causing you problems or you feel targeted. Okay. And then the reflection, real quickly, says sometimes, although all it takes is reaching out. If this is not the case, you may have exhausted all options and consider leaving. Some people are crabby when stuck in a tight space together. If you or a loved one feels this way, try to talk it out. Also, this is the best time to declutter and donate a few goods. And then it gives you the reflection, a couple of questions to think about. It says, what is the worst place you've ever lived? List in point form why this place was not a good one. What is your dream home? When do you feel most vulnerable at home? How can you change your current space to reflect your personality and allow you to re-energize? And then the last question, it says, is it time to declutter or perhaps put more things up in your space that show your personality? Okay, so interesting. That is your oracle message here, Sagittarius. So guys, I actually, unfortunately, I thought I was going to do the Capricorn one, but I went on much longer for Sagittarius than I initially had thought I was going to. So I'm going to try to take a break here and maybe re-energize myself and come back with the Capricorn as a separate video. If I don't come back tonight, then I'll definitely be back tomorrow morning with Capricorn. All right, guys. So thank you so much, as always, for your views, for your likes, for your subscriptions. They're all free to do here on YouTube. And even if you're watching this later, or even now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all the things, it again is a free way. If you like the video or you share it, it definitely is appreciated if you feel guided. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to sign off here and I will talk to you guys later. All right, take care. Bye.